want that. Special delivery. I need that. Special delivery.
Welcome to the Special Delivery Damn Near Daily podcast. I am your host, Special, and this is day 7 of the 30 Days Special Delivery Podcast Challenge. On this episode, I get to sit down with Vince Staples to break down his song BagBak. We talk about the usual when and where he wrote it, but we also get into a conversation about the murders of Black people in America and have a fun conversation about chakras. Also, if you want more Vince Staples, make sure you hit that follow or subscribe button. There'll be an upcoming episode with him on a show called Opening Up. So let's just hop into it. Got Vince Staples in the building. How you doing?
How you been? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here. BagBak is out now. A lot of people are like, oh, he took a different route. But I'm like, no, if you've listened to Vince Staples this whole time, it's not a new route. These are things that you've been talking about here and there a little bit, but now it's just all on one track as far as like being political and talking about how Black people need to be in office. What was your approach to this track?
I don't know, I just wrote it.
That was it.
Funny. I don't really be putting that much thought into things like that sometimes, to be honest. It just happened for the most part, and I don't pay attention to none of that. We at a point now to where the internet makes it where everybody could speak, even on things that like unqualified on. So like I don't pay them no attention, because if you really got time to sit there and like log in your YouTube account to drop that comment, like I shouldn't be listening to you.
I'm telling you right now, the last segment that we did together, in the comments, somebody was like, oh, her eyebrows are as long as Blunt.
But you know it's crazy, like they sat there, they typed that, then they laughed, and then they sent it, and they feel so good about themselves. It's like, you don't go get a damn job, like you're wildin'.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. Where were you when you wrote that song?
I don't know. I wrote that a minute ago. I don't remember, but I know when I wrote the 2 verses at different times. I got the beat from Ray, and then I just figured out a way to make it work. And then I wrote the hook to the beat, I guess, and like the bridge part, but I already had the verses, so I probably wrote the verses like over like a year and a half ago, something like that.
Goodness. And then the interesting part, of course, is the interlude, because you're talking about 30 to 30,
yeah.
And that's like an ongoing theme for you for years. Like, that's the crazy thing. So what was the idea behind incorporating that? We
had like a Jacques Cousteau sample right there or something like that, and they didn't clear it. So we had somebody come in and say it, and he had said 3,000 feet, and the chorus was like, just say 3230. And that's pretty much what happened. We really don't got that many in-depth stories, because it's so basic. It's so basic how all this stuff happened, and I really wish it wasn't like that, because every time I get asked these questions, I'd be like, man, you finna be real disappointed. But yeah, literally, we just had, his name was Ken, right? We just had Ken come in, and Ken Rogers, he was like, what do you want me to say? And we were like, chorus, like, say this, exactly. And he said it, took like 10 minutes, and then he went home.
Hey, I almost feel like it's better to like seem complex and be basic than to just be basic and you're just basic. I
mean, it's the funny thing about music, it's not as hard as people make it seem when you're doing it like this. Like, of course, different levels and different processes have different intricacies to it, but we keep it pretty simple. We got our music is kind of like electronic based. We don't got that much live. We have any live instrumentation and stuff like that. We don't really got that many moving parts, so we just keep it simple. It's easy, to make work. The hardest part is just trying to translate an idea and make it actual, and that's really where we kind of fall into certain slumps, but it's not that often that happens.
No, that makes perfect sense. I get it. We're gonna break down a verse. You want to break down the first verse or the second verse?
I mean, you can pick.
I think I want to do the first one. So, of course, Future Baby Mama, skin as black as midnight. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, I mean,
or is it deeper?
No, not really. I think everything I say is pretty. Do I got anything that's kind of deep? Like, I probably got like 4 deep lines, but I don't know if they're really that deep. It's funny. Andrew Nas had told me once. Well, he didn't tell me. He tweeted or something. He said something like, when Vince Staples said every nigga's dead to the world until his life ends, it really made me feel bad to be white. And I was like, I was really mad he said that, because that made me feel like a piece of shit. But I was like, I guess that's pretty deep, but I didn't really take it that way. I got some shit, but that's like, I don't know, man. I just got sick of, it's a lot of, I wouldn't say prejudice, but it's like a lot of elitist mind states to fair-skinned black people. And that bothers me sometimes, so that's why I said that.
Honestly, nowadays, I kind of feel like if you are white, you need to kind of feel bad. You have to own up to
it was funny. Things. Like, I feel where Andrew Nas was going with it, because he was basically saying that, like, just how I feel, like, all this Trayvon Martin, like, Michael Brown, like all that fake support, that shit is so annoying because it's like if the nigga wasn't dead, like you honestly would not care about him.
No, you wouldn't know anything about the case. You wouldn't know anything.
Not even that. What I'm saying is like Trayvon Martin is a 17, 18-year-old kid who wants to go to college and he can't afford it. Nobody would be like, oh damn, poor yada yada yada, and that's just as fucking as detrimental to his future as what happened. And we don't really care about, you know, the living. We feel bad. It's a lot of guilt process that goes into things like that, because it's like, yeah, you see stories on the news about, you know, Timmy's dad worked really hard to get him a bike. He's always that one random story in the news about somebody's dog or some shit. Yep. And it's like, why the fuck are we talking about this at this present moment? But it's like, a lot of times, kind of these young kids, like, we don't really care about what happens to them until they dead. And that's kind of fucked up.
No,
like,
it really is. Like, that's terrible. And that's something that you can't get them back. You can't help them. Like, there's literally nothing you can do. Like, yeah, you could donate for the funeral costs, but what the fuck is really that?
And it's like, it's funny, because I be looking at their parents. I look at Mike Brown's parents, like all these people's parents, just like, they work so hard, you know, trying to raise their kids. And it's like, they probably needed help. Eventually, like, we should have put that on the news when, like, say, oh, Mike Brown's mom and dad, and he wants him to do this, but they can't afford that, or they want him to do this, but he doesn't have it. Like, where are these motherfuckers when there's kids that, you know, need rides to school, and like just the simplest shit. And I know it's not a global thing, because we obviously don't know the people that live states across, but it's like all those people like outside that are from the areas, I always wonder, like, did you know these people before they passed away? Or did you even care about them slightly? And because I honestly feel like we should, you know what I mean?
No, that's real.
But it's like, it's just a thought. Like, I don't mean to make nobody feel bad. Like, so my bad, Mr. Nas. But it's just like, it's just something I always think about. It's like, we love us a dead nigga. A dead nigga make primetime news, get a mirror or something like that. But it's like, come on, can we pay some attention to these kids before it's too late?
Yeah, exactly. It's terrible. Terrible. Back to the verse. So, take you out the Honda, put you in a Benz. That's pretty self-explanatory too. And then I can balance out your chakras.
I was trying to be funny because I hate when people talk about that kind of shit. I hate namaste, chakra, like, go drink you some kombucha. Like, you don't get that shit away from me, because that should be bothering the fuck. I can't stand people like that.
Do you not like it because it seems fake, or even the genuine people who are into that stuff you don't like?
I just don't know what point of the day you got to say namaste. Like, is that how you pronounce that?
Namaste, yeah.
Namaste. It's like, why you got to namaste? Because there's so many words you can drop, and you gonna drop a namaste. Like,
the coldest part is when they try to turn it into like namaslay, and it's like, wait, what?
It's like, I'm not with none of that. No. I mean, I might be ignorant, but I'll take that one. I'm not with no namaste kombucha talk. Like, keep that away from me. Keep all them argan oils and all them stuff. Keep them at your house. Don't bring that to my cell phone.
What about like crystals and stuff like that? None of that
it's
either?
Like, why? That's a rock. Okay. Like,
just checking.
Like, what you doing? Like, if you got a rock collection, that's what's up. I know, like, a 5th grader with a crazy rock collection. Let's give him some distinction. Like, let's give her some distinction. Like, you grown as hell. Let's talk about your crystals. Like, nigga, what's up with your taxes? Let's talk about that, because that's something I can relate to. Them shit's just stressful for you, because they stressful for me. Let's talk about that.
They're super
I don't know what them crystals is like, but man, these taxes be whooping my ass.
Crystals aren't gonna help you do your taxes, kids. Not at all.
Man, come on, man.
So then we get to fornication is a sin. We can fuck on that regardless. Our Father art in heaven, as I pray for new McLarens. That reminds me of Lift Me Up.
Yeah, I really like cars, and I'm not rich. So I'll be like, damn, I need some bread. So that's the only time I'm gonna probably pray. I probably pray if, like, I ain't even gonna really pray if somebody get really sick, to be honest. I ain't doing that, but it's like, man, we really need to check this chicken so I can get this 2-door. You know what I mean? Because we got a 4-door, you feel me? But I'm gonna probably have to end up giving that to my mama. We've been talking about it for the past couple weeks. So I'm probably have to get that to my mama, and it's stressing me out. So I'm like, man, I just need something with 2 doors so she can't take it from me.
2 doors is just 2 people, though. You can't even bring the homies in.
That's what I'm talking. See, fuck them niggas.
You can't ride.
Nah, I mean, you ain't got to. I can't take you nowhere. You need to go to work. I just went grocery shopping, and I got my groceries in the front. My bad, bro.
Groceries riding shotgun.
I get you a lift. Send me the lift. I'll split the fee with you.
Oh my goodness. Pray the police don't come blow me down because of my complexion. Real. Everybody think they know me now. Cause
I'm chicken checking. Negro, you are not my homie. And this, they blur out when I say Negro. I'm like, Negro's not a curse word. I said that on purpose. So the fact that they still blur that out on the clean versions really pisses me off.
They did that in Beyonce's Formation too.
It bothers me because we got something called the NAACP. They don't blank out the end when they say NAACP. Like, nigga, let me say Negro, bro. People of color, that's colored, bro. I actually fuck with Negro, bro. I fuck with Negro more than African American.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not fucking with no African American. There's so many other places black people live. It's like African American. It's like, all right, can we pick a country? Like, we calling people by continents. Like, we not calling people north. Like, I'm not even fucking with Asian like that. There's too many countries in Asia be calling somebody fucking Asian.
Sure.
Like,
pick one. Get to know the person. And that's it for now. Once again, make sure you hit that follow or subscribe button on whatever you're listening on so you can get that episode of Opening Up with Vince Staples when it drops super soon. On that episode, we talk about the music that inspires him, working with Schoolboy Q, and so much more. Also, reach out to me. Let me know what your favorite part of this episode was. You can hit me on Twitter. I'm at SpecialSays, or on Instagram or Snapchat. Those are at SpecialSays as well. And thank you so much for listening.